everyone, welcome back to my channel, Adventures with Science. Today I'm talking about the time that I jumped out of an airplane. Sorry, Mom. Now, I have always wanted to go skydiving. I turned 25 last week, so I thought it was the perfect opportunity to go skydiving by myself, and yes, it was absolutely incredible. Now, initially the plan was for me to go off the coast of Florida. However, when I was 10 minutes away from the location, I got a call that said unfortunately due to weather, they were gonna have to cancel for the day. And the next day and the whole week ahead because it was all calling for rain. So, super bummed, nothing to do. I didn't want to waste the 2-hour trip all the way out to the coast. So I decided to go to the Kennedy Space Center because I'd never been there before and it was about an hour north from where I was. So I decided to hop back in the car, drive the hour north, but as I was driving, the weather was getting better and better. So when I was 10 minutes from the Space Center, pulled over and quickly Googled other skydiving locations that I had seen or that my friends had recommended. So I said, yes, this is what I want to do. I'm sorry, Space Center is gonna have to wait because I am going skydive. Drove another hour on top of that in order to go to Skydive DeLand. And they had openings and they had beautiful weather, so the skydive was back on. Once I got there, I was prepped to jump. I did some safety briefings, I signed some waivers, and within about an hour's time, I was ready to get into the plane. Now, I did buy the video package, but I had a videographer, Natasha, who was super awesome. Thank you, Natasha. Now, I also jumped tandem, which means that you're strapped to somebody else. I was lucky enough to have Fraser as my instructor. He was super helpful and super informative throughout all the parts of the jump. So it's pretty tight in that airplane. Everyone is kind of sitting within other people. It's pretty tightly packed and I was the last person to jump tandem. The only other guy behind us was in a wingsuit, which is pretty cool, that squirrel suit looking thing. And as we're going up and up and up, I'm like, I've got this, this is fine. I wasn't that nervous because I've flown a lot before, so looking out the window of an airplane, yeah, it looks high, but that's fine. Now there's actually one part of the video you'll be able to see where Natasha tells me that there are 10,000 more feet to go. I thought we were already very high, so you can see the surprised look on my face here. Alright guys, we're at about 3,000, almost 500 feet. Okay? We have 10,000 more feet to go. Oh, what? Absolutely insane because I thought we were already really high looking down, and to think that we were going even higher and that jumping out of that height was just absolutely terrifying. It looked almost like a simulation, like it was so high, it was just incredible. You couldn't possibly think that you were that high and that you were gonna be falling into it. So sure enough, it gets to my time. It's happening quickly. Fraser's getting me to the entrance of the plane. I look down and I start screaming. Poor Fraser and his ears. They kind of give you a little rocking motion and you fall out of the airplane. So as I'm screaming, cold air is rushing into my mouth. Of course, that air resistance pushing you against the gravity that's pulling you down. And this cold air is just drying out your mouth. So you want to scream, you want to breathe, but it's just, there's so many things happening. It's absolutely insane. So you're free falling for about 60 seconds. We jumped out about 13,500 feet and it goes by pretty quickly. I'm sure you have spit all on the sides of your face. Now after that free fall, you pull the parachute and the canopy opens. All of that gravity pulling you down is now counteracted and even greater forces is sending the air resistance way up because of the surface area of that parachute canopy. This is where you go from traveling very fast to very slow in a very short amount of time. So you get pulled straight back up into the air as that canopy opens, and boy can I tell you, it gives you OIG. Now as you're gliding back down to the landing area, Fraser actually allowed me to hold on to the toggles, the handles of the parachute, and be able to guide us back and forth. So it's pretty easy. If you want to go right, you turn right, you pull right. If you want to go left, you pull left. If you want to put on the brakes and go higher, and altitude, increase that surface area brake, you pull down both of your handles. Of course, Fraser was holding on the whole time still, don't worry, Mom. Now when you're coming in for the actual landing, of course Fraser is in complete control, but you kind of stoop in, which is insane. Again, gives you butterflies. It's that roller coaster feeling all over again. And when we landed, we were told that two possibilities are a butt landing, where you slide on in on your butt, or a standing landing, so you're standing with each other. Fraser decided that when we were coming in, it was a good opportunity for a standing land. So both of us landed, had our feet firmly planted, and all of a sudden we start getting pulled backwards and backwards, and Fraser's going, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. In my head I'm like, it's okay, oh no is fine as long as my feet are touching the ground. But I guess what was happening was the parachute was still being fought in the wind, and we were still tied together, so we're still continuing to walk backwards with each other, trying to fight this parachute that's pulling us backwards while we want to try to go forwards or at least stay stationary. But of course I lose my footing. My parents think this is the funniest part of the story. So I lose my footing, I fall on my hands and knees, Fraser falls on top of me, and of course the parachute then goes to the ground. Really funny, it's a hilarious experience. I was joking afterwards that it was the smoothest landing that I've ever experienced because it was the only landing I've ever experienced. So you can see me in the video pop up afterwards with a big smile on my face because it was an absolutely incredible experience. Again, I want to thank Fraser and Natasha so much for helping me to this amazing adventure of skydiving. But I think I can wait another 25 years before doing it again. So yeah, did it for my 25th birthday. Maybe I'll do it for my 50th and my 75th. The lady before me actually was celebrating her 80th birthday. So you're never too old to do crazy stunts like this, go on crazy adventures. Amazing, and I want to thank Skydive DeLand. So if you guys have the opportunity to go skydiving, if that's something that you want, totally do it. It's an amazing experience. But it was high. It was really, really high. We'll see what I get up to next time. Bye everyone. Well, I did not tell my mom that I was going beforehand, though I did call her right after.